lived on this street.
This street?
Yeah.
Over 50 years. I know that, 50 years. Because I left Stackhouse, not Stackhouse, Ashley Street, and it was in December. It was just in the holiday time. And that's when this house was ready. And I come in, and I forgot what the date.
Okay. So do you remember seeing any kind of dumping of?
I've seen a lot of stuff. They used to have it down here, and most of these houses over here, they weren't built on this side. There was always just a couple of houses, and there was a club over there. That's still there, the club, and because at one time they used to block the road. They had big piles of stones, big stones, and you couldn't go down the street.
Which street?
You could, huh?
Which street are you speaking of?
Bliss Street.
Bliss Street. Okay.
Yeah, just well, you could go just down to Bliss Street, and then you'd have to come back. But now you could. They made it so that when you want to go around, you could go right around to Bliss Street and get on Donald Street and get into the club. You could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
Either that way or this way. So that was quite a ways, and that was quite a ways, quite a long time.
So we found, and other people as well, found in the process of researching these lots, some articles from the Standard Times from 1939 that seemed to indicate that the city of New Bedford dumped ash and other debris on empty lots.
Yeah.
Do you know if that was done here, if it was done in the Craisman and McCabe Street area?
I don't know, but I know I used to see when I used to go around, because we used to do a lot of walking, my wife and myself, and I was surprised. I said, "Hey, look at all this goddamn junk they put in there." They used to throw stoves and tires and everything else. That was just around the corner, going down the hill.
Where, can you describe the location where you saw the stoves and tires?
Yeah, I seen, and sometimes you see a stove,
Mm-hmm.
And,
what street was that on?
Huh?
What street?
Right there on
On Bliss?
Bliss Street, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
And was that on empty lots?
Yeah, well, that was all open.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that was all open. Most of those houses that they got over there now, they built them recently, since we've been up.
Okay. And do you know who was leaving trash there? Was it just the general public?
Oh, I don't know.
Everyone?
They just throw it away at nighttime,
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of it.
Okay. Do you know of other streets besides Bliss Street that had trash?
No, I used to see a lot of stuff over this area, but I never seen anything on what's those? Casman Street. I never seen anything over there, that I know of. I didn't know went down that far.
Okay. Did you ever walk down there?
Casman Street?
Cradman or Craisman Street and McCabe Street. Did you ever walk over that area?
I used to walk a little bit on McCabe Street.
Yeah.
I walked on McCabe. And maybe I did walk on Casman Street, not realizing,
Yeah.
because sometimes you don't pay attention to the road. It's there, you know.
Mm-hmm. So what did the land look like over there?
What is it like?
What did it look like over in the McCabe area?
Well, it was all mostly all homes when I come up here.
It was homes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was homes.
All right. So how big was the area where people were dumping the trash along Bliss Street and that you saw?
How big was the area?
Yeah, I mean, are we talking
Well,
a
they
mile
just
around or?
if they were just riding around the road, because they had a few houses down there when we come up here,
Mm-hmm.
and they would come back in the nighttime and they would flip the stuff over,
Okay.
you know, and they just throw it over and take it over.
Yeah, yeah. Over, I don't know if you're familiar with over on Parker Street in New Bedford. There's an area where it was used as a dump by the city, but also people used to throw trash there, and it kind of would like spill onto the sidewalk. But it was a big area. It's a big area, and I'm wondering if this over here was comparable to that. You know, was it a lot of trash? Like it was or was it just, you know, you might see litter, basically?
But
You see a piece of litter.
you'd see little, every time you go around there, you say, geez, they got a lot of garbage around there, you know?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Put the trash and everything. If they wanted to get rid of stuff, they wait till nightfall. And then they would ride by and take it over.
All right. Is there anything else that comes to mind, or that you spoke to?
No, I was surprised to see that when they said that the place was contaminated, you know.
Yeah.
I said, wow. Because they said it was in this area, but most of these people were living around here. They've all passed away. All the neighbors that I first come up here, they've all passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Except there was the Lewis's, 2 houses up, and then there was Tammy Espinola, I think. I think that's her last name. She lives on the corner, and there was a lot of people that we knew that they had left.
Besides the stoves and tires, can you give any other examples of the kinds of things you saw trash all
like
around?
garbage, trash, and small junk, bottles and cans and whatever.
Okay.
And
did it go on for, say, like a whole block?
huh?
Would you think that it went on for like a block long?
Yeah,
or
well,
how long?
they would go around the corner. You know, when you walk around it, if you walk around, they would all the trash was over there.
Yeah.
And across on the club that they got over there.
There was trash across from the club also?
Yeah, there's a club there. There's
What's the name do you know the name of it?
oh, I forgot the name.
Okay.
Of it.
That's all right. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was just trying to get an idea of the size of the area where the people were throwing
And
trash.
then all of a sudden, they never had a lot of those houses that are over there now on this side of the road. There was not. That was gone over recently. I mean, you know, the last few years or so, and because they didn't even the club didn't even have the stuff open up. They used to have part of the ground, and then they had a pocket, you know, and so I don't know. I forgot. You get old, you forget everything. Yeah.
Okay.
But I know Kevin was what told me. He says the girl wanted to come up here. You know, I said, hey, she wants to come up here. I'll talk to her.
Yeah.
You know, give her what I know.
Yeah. So it sounds like what you recall is that it seemed like people were throwing their household trash or appliances, just general junk from their households into that area on Bliss Street.
But I mean, it wasn't. I don't think it was the people that was living here. It was people that used to come down here and throw it.
Okay.
You know.
All right.
Because you'd see it obviously. You say, Jesus, you know, it's a shame that they had to use that because like it was like a wooded area, you know. And then they used to have a few houses on there, and then they had quite a few of them that they built.
What do you know? Like what years, what decades, say, was it that was really common? Was it the 50s? Was it before that?
Oh yeah, it was over the 50s. Yeah.
Yeah. Could you estimate when it was that was the most that was most common?
Geez, I was a youngster then. Boy, I'm telling you, but it was quite a while back. So this Kevin wants to build a few houses over there somewhere.
They're partially built already.
They're partially built?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
And all that's going to be taken apart or what?
I'm not sure what's going to happen with the homes.
Yeah.
So.
But some people we used to say they used to see the trucks. I didn't pay attention to the trucks going over there because I didn't see that. But I know that the people used to dump a lot of stuff over there.
Over where?
Over there in the back here.
On Bliss Street?
Yeah.
Okay.
On Bliss Street. Just before you get on Dartmouth.
And people said there were trucks, but you didn't see it yourself?
Oh.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So,
Right.
I don't know if that's helping you out about with anything. But
what was the way that people got rid of their regular household trash in, say, the 40s? Did you have town trash pickup at that point?
well, we used to have a barrel or a garbage, and you know, I used to have a regular barrel.
Did the town
And
of Dartmouth
then they had they come out with the new barrels.
So in like the 1940s, did the town of Dartmouth have a truck that would come around and take the trash? They did.
With the pick it up.
Okay, all right.
And one was the garbage truck, and one was the ones with the cans and all that. You know, because you used to keep the pans in one thing, and the trash in another barrel. You know? So it used to be that way.
Okay. So one was for like food waste, you mean? And,
Yeah, food waste. And,
okay. Yep. All right. Is there anything else that comes to mind that you think might have been a source of pollution in this neighborhood?
No, that's about it. And uh, the only thing I know that they built otherwise that I was here was Brandonwood, when they built Brandonwood. And I forget what time of the year that was. You know, offhand I couldn't tell you.
Okay. And what about Brandon? What?
No, that's when they built the house. When they built the hospital over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they used to have a few houses up above there, and then they built the bakeries, you
Yep.
know,
Mhm.
and outside of that, that's all I can remember.
Okay. So you were married at 19. Did you
Yeah.
move into this house around that same time?
No, I lived on not Stackhouse Street. I lived on Ashley Street.
Okay.
When I first got married, I lived on Ashley Street. I lived on 29 Ashley Street, and I lived on the third floor. It was a split apartments, you know, two tenements
Mhm.
in one line, you know. There was two on the bottom, two on the second floor, two on the third floor, and the first floor was the owner, Mrs. Gould.
Mhm. Okay. So then you moved here around when? Could you estimate
Well,
when you moved to this
I'm
street?
trying to figure out 19 years I stayed there. If I was 19, so I was 19, 49. I was about early 40s,
Okay.
I would say, because my son was born over there, and then he went into service, and he was in the service for 3 years. And yeah, because he left when they come up here. Yeah, that's all I can say.
I'm sorry. So you were in your 40s when you moved here?
No,
Is
I
that what
was
you're saying?
in my 40s, I think.
You were in your 40s. Okay. Mhm.
Now I'm in the 90s.
Did you ever think you'd be 90-something years old, huh?
Hey,
Wow.
my wife said, well, used to always say, I'm going to live to be 100.
Oh,
I says, but she didn't make it.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of work did you do?
I worked in the Berkshire Hathaway
Oh yeah. What did you do there?
textiles.
Mhm.
I was like a supervisor in the division of what they used to make bales of stuff, you know,
Okay.
cotton and whatever junk that they had to throw away. And I worked there for oh, boy, I worked there for a long time, about 40 years, I guess.
So when you moved here, did you have young kids?
Huh?
Did you have young children when you moved into this house?
No, I only had one son.
You had one son.
Yeah.
Do you know about how old he was when you moved into this house?
Well, that's what I'm trying to. He was still going to high school.
Okay.
Still going to high school. Because he was going to New Bedford High at one time. And then when we moved here, he went to Dartmouth High. And one time he says to me, boy, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I says, you better make it, because I used to let him have my car one time. I said, because if you don't make it, the car comes off the road.
Yeah.
And he made it, and he made it good. He passed it good, you know. He's a smart boy, I mean. And that's it.
Okay.
I thought he'd be down here today, because he says I'll see you tomorrow. But,
Hmm.
so.
All
that's
right.
it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Huh?
Thank you very much.
That's okay. That's okay. I forgot. I'm sorry that I couldn't, you know, get what you wanted, but that's what I seen. You
That's
know?
fine. That's fine. We only
Yeah.
want you to tell us what you know, so
Yeah.
that's all right.
And most of the other people that were here, they were younger than me, and they all passed away.
Yeah.
All these houses, and this house next door, they had 2 girls and a boy. There was Jardins, and Lewis was up there. They had 2 boys and a girl, I think. And the corner house was, I don't forget what one of the girls, Lewis, their mother was the corner house.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. And the younger people took it over. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Thank you.
okay.
Thanks.